This is the instructional how-to video for the Wayne Parag concession trailer. We're going to go over the functions, operations, and shutdown procedures of your brand new concession. Your generator is ready. It is in my shop. I do not put it on the tongue till the day it leaves, just for the purposes of Mother Nature, rain, and whatnot. Flip-up counter set up in place. Pressing upward allows it to go back to a fixed position for transport. At 90 degrees, pressing upward allows it to stay in an upright position. There's a little tab that rolls on the outside here. That's on the left side, and on the right side, it is on the inside. As long as those tabs are in place, you are ready to use the flip-up counter. Window open for the hood system to be on. If you're going to use the stabilizer jacks, you will need a 3/4 inch socket and an impact gun. But before you even apply pressure, you need to make sure that you block or scotch the wheels and tires in such a manner that there can be no movement. Once you lift up the jacks, front and rear, if there is any movement, the trailer weight itself can make those jacks roll and break, which they would not be covered under a warranty at that point. Both of your propane tanks are empty. However, I do have a live tank that I've done my testing with. Up front, I'm going to go over the water. We have our city water fill box. This is the non-pressure side for filling the freshwater tank itself and using the water pump. Again, if you need to fill the tank, you can do so through this port with your food grade water hose. Purposes of the video, because I've winterized all the trailers and will winterize yours tonight after this video, I'm bypassing the tank and pump and running the pressurized side. So again, this is the pressurized side itself. For the wastewater, right below, 3-inch RV waste hose. After you remove the cap, hook your hose up, pull the gate valve out, releases the contents from inside the waste tank. Once finished, close that valve, remove the hose, put the cap back in place. For your gas itself, your tank is going to be the same setup. You will pressurize the tank itself. We'll go ahead and turn this back off just so I can explain this process. So again, the hood system needs to be on. You need to make sure that all your control knobs for your griddle as well as your steam table are in the off position. You will turn the tank on here, pressurizing the line itself. The most important thing you can do at this point, when you open this valve, you should hear the line charge itself, and that's it. The line charge is going to be a simple shh sound. If you have continuous gas flow coming through either one of your regulators, you need to immediately shut off the line. The purpose behind this is, and the reason I state this so much, is after transport, because your line runs down and hugs the frame of the trailer, road debris, such as blocks of wood, rocks, tires from vehicles at a high rate of speed can hit and damage this pipe. And so thus more, if you turn this on and you have continuous gas flow, you have a leak under the trailer. If you know all those gas knobs are in the off position inside, the only telltale sign of a leak would be because you turned it on at that moment. You would immediately shut it off, contact your local gas company to come out and inspect the piping and fix the break. The other part to that is, if you open this up and continued on business, not paying attention to it, propane is heavy, it's going to hover under the trailer itself. At that point, your trailer is sitting on top of a bomb, which is highly explosive. There's no amount of money or business that is worth jeopardizing a safety point. So again, no more than shh for pressurizing the line. You hear it through the regulator, and that's it. If you have continuous gas flow, you shut that off immediately. While I'm here, I'll go ahead and show you. I've got your warming cabinet here at 191 degrees. Right across from that, I have the sandwich prep at 34 degrees. Go ahead and go over lighting the griddle. Again, as I just mentioned, propane is heavy, so it obviously is going to fall. You will take your lighter with these staying in the off position, and you will light, putting that lighter at the bottom right below that pilot. All you got to do is have that lighter right here, and it will follow and ignite the pilot. Now once you have your pilot lights lit, then you can open those burners up to the desired temp you need to accommodate your cooking. Very simple process. Do not in any manner turn these on until those pilot lights are lit. That is very, very dangerous. We'll go ahead and turn over to the steam table right behind me. Same situation, these stay in the off position, and you are going to light your pilot light on each one of them. Keep you a bunch of these lighters on hand. Once you have your pilot lights going, then you can adjust that temp to the desired temp as needed to keep your food warm at a safe temp. If you choose to do so, you can turn off. There is a valve. You can turn off the steam table itself. Same thing for the steam table, or the griddle as well. Drip pan for waste that comes off the griddle itself. Back to the steam table. Do not put water directly in here. You will need a pan for water if you're using for steam, and then you will have your food pans as you desire, whether it be full, halves, thirds, or quarters. But do not put water directly in here. It will damage the unit. Your fire suppression system is live and ready to go. Tank and control head here. Your emergency pull is right here. You will need to have this system tagged and certified by your local fire suppression company and fire marshal in your state when you're ready to get set up. (24x60) stainless table. Got your spare tire sitting over here out of the way. Water pump switch located here, again in the off position because we're bypassing. Water heater located there, plugged in. Winterization ports, filter, and also the water pump, as well as the fresh water tank. Before I plugged that water heater in, I made sure I had continuous water flow, as you see right here, on both faucets, on hot and cold water side, to make sure there is no air in the line. When I get done with this video, I'm going to unplug the water heater and winterize the system. Do not plug the water heater in until you have continuous water flow. One on 4 and still climbing. Hadn't allowed it enough time to fully heat up. 36 degrees for your under counter fridge. (100 amp panel, all 20 amp independent circuits, and then we have our battery charger for the 12 volt lighting system. show you the plug here at the sandwich prep as well. Stainless upper shelf, roof vent. Open up those as you desire. Just make sure that you fully close those for transportation reasons, as the crosswinds can damage and break the piping itself. Or not the piping, but damage and break the roof vent. I do apologize. At the end of each day, make sure that any loose items are put in a safe place and unplugged. Make sure everything is ready for road transportation. Your interior and exterior light switches are located here. Always make sure that you turn your gas off, not only at the shutoff valves on the outside, but the tank as well. You only need to run one tank at a time. There's no reason to run both tanks. Definitely want to make sure that your step is difficult to do with one hand, but you want to put that in a fixed, and I can do it with two hands, but you want to have that pushed all the way back as far as it possibly go as well. Once that gas is turned off, definitely turn that extraction fan off, as it's no longer needed. Make sure you go ahead and turn that warming cabinet off also. I'm not going to turn the lights off at this moment just because of it being dark, and it is my only light itself. I've got your door with a cable hatch, or not a cable hatch, but a door latch that holds the door open so you can use the screen. Again, pressing upward allows that counter to flip back downward. And then as far as the concession window, being able to latch and lock that. If you use the crank jacks, make sure that you remove those back to an upright position. For transportational needs, make sure that you disconnect your water source and or wastewater source also. You want to make sure that you have adequate air pressure in your tires before transportation, and make sure your lug nuts are always torqued at 115 pounds of torque per lug nut. Once a year, you will need to remove this chrome cap with a flathead screwdriver. There is a rubber cap behind that you will need to remove to get to the grease zert fitting. At that point, you will apply grease to the bearings on each wheel so that you have long-lasting bearing life. Also, you want to make sure that your tail lights and or running lights, blinkers, and brake lights are all functioning properly as well. And then at the end, you would turn off your power source, whether it be your generator or shore power, and pull your plug back to the inside for safe transportation. We thank you so much for taking the time to view this video. We make these videos to help show the customer their product before they get here and or delivered to them. Also, we do it for safety purposes to make sure that we can show the functions of how to safely light the equipment so that nobody gets hurt. If you do have any questions or concerns about your trailer or this video, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We'll be glad to assist in any way. We thank you so much for your business and wish you the very best.